I haven't bolted for England, even though I have been wonderfully welcomed here, and they keep hiring me here to play Englishmen. I still feel very American, and I'm very worried about America. I think it's a critical moment for democracy on the most basic level.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Kiran?
Yes.
John Lithgow is a Londoner for the next 8 years, as he prepares to take on the role of Albus Dumbledore in a new Harry Potter series. But that's after playing Roald Dahl in Giant, a play that delves into the children's author's anti-Semitism that was revealed in an article on Israel he wrote in 1983.
The play was written before the events of October 7th and the war in Gaza. Did those events ever make you reconsider, or was it simply then it make this play more relevant?
Very good question, because it really startled me and alarmed me. And I worried immediately, is this play now too white hot to perform? Things were falling in place just when October 7th occurred, and it seemed to me like, wow, this changes everything. But Mark Rosenblatt, the playwright, and Nick Heitner, the director, they both said, no, just be patient. This may strengthen the play, make it even more important. And in no time at all, that became very clear. The whole world was falling into two camps. And here was a play that debated that on stage, and debated it very articulately. One of those minds was polluted by anti-Semitism.
The writer said he wanted to address this issue of anti-Semitism, and that using Roald Dahl, something in the past, was the vehicle to do it.
Well, it's a very, very smart playwright who is aware of that and makes good use of it. I could also invoke William Shakespeare. He wrote Richard III and Macbeth. I mean, all sorts of plays from the past that resonate with the present. It allows you to take a little bit of distance and yet see things. The play resonates so strongly with what's happening almost daily in the news.
You have said you would hope to bring this to Broadway. There at the moment, at somewhere like your alma mater, Harvard, the issue of anti-Semitism has come up in recent years. The Trump administration is using that to sort of withhold funding. Do you think this play could work in America when perhaps the atmosphere there is even more febrile than it is here?
So I think there's a great hunger for it. It's so provocative. I say certain sentences in this play where I can just hear the audience gasp. Just the power of nothing more than words.
But that issue is now so relevant in America when it comes to Harvard and other universities, that issue of free speech and what one can say and when one gets cancelled. I wonder what your thoughts when it comes to Harvard, where you went standing up to the Trump administration.
I am so extremely proud of Harvard right now. I think they did what they absolutely had to do. I mean, it had just gone too far. And I hope they accumulate loads and loads of allies, because boy, it's a moment for courage.
Because I guess when it comes to that issue of free speech, and coming back to Roald Dahl, when he said the things he said, the abhorrent things he said, there wasn't this 24-hour news cycle, there wasn't social media. Is your thought now, when you look at where we are, that he back then could have been cancelled in a way that he hasn't necessarily been cancelled today?
Like that.
Really?
Yeah, I think things have changed vastly. Nowadays, bam! You hear in the afternoon. If you're reading news like that at 4 p.m., it's old news. It really is a very, very different time.
And talking about that difference of where we are now, you're about to also take on this role of Albus Dumbledore in the Harry Potter HBO series. You've talked about some of the reaction, the anger from the LGBTQ community because of their feelings about J.K. Rowling. The fact that people have an issue with you taking this role because of her.
I don't know what to think of it right now. I took the role because it seemed like a thrilling thing to do. The Harry Potter books are just wonderful literature for children. I'm proud to be playing the same part that Richard Harris and Michael Gambon played. And I think I'll bring something new to it. As far as the controversy involved, I don't know what to think. Yes, apparently it has enraged some people that I'm even playing the part. I saw an open letter to John Lithgow insisting that I walk away from Harry Potter. I'm not going to do that.
We've touched upon Donald Trump, and you've been asked a few times to play him, and you've said no, maybe give it a few years. How many years do you think you'd have to give it?
Well, his story has to come to an end, I think, before I would play him. I don't want to. I would not mind doing a send-up of Trump. You know, I think he's a wonderful object of satire. In fact, I've written satirical poetry books about the Trump and his entire crazy world from his first term. Things are getting so grave, it's getting harder and harder to make fun of the subject without feeling like you're normalizing it. I think it's time for the voice of J.B. Pritzker rather than
Governor of
Lithgow.
Illinois. Yep.
Yeah.
He's your bet. Yep.
He suddenly emerged, I mean, literally in the last 3 days, as a full-throated, resonant voice, equally angry at Republicans and Democrats. Angry at Democrats because they're not fighting hard enough. And I think he's suddenly my hero.
How worried are you about where America is right now?
I'm very worried about America. I think it's a critical moment for democracy on the most basic level.
John Lithgow, thank you very much for your time.
Of course, Kiran. Thank you for doing all this research. You know more about me than I know about myself. It's not hard to achieve.
Thank you.